He's like love, 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 and music. La la la, love, 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 and music. Love, love.
Hello, 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 everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jay Lee. This is Jay Lee's Karla, and this is another edition of Car Conversations on Jay Lee's Corner. Okay, so y'all all know the R. Kelly documentary, Surviving R. Kelly documentary, part 1, which is 2 episodes, so 2 hours, came on yesterday, and I did review both episodes, but I wanted to kind of review it and talk about what was on there versus my actual opinions on him a little bit. So I was like, I wanted to, just drive today and just, say a little bit more. Okay, a little bit more, and more. But first things first, if you have not done so already, please take a moment to subscribe to my channel and become a Jaybird. Okay, up and through all day. Why is everybody driving all crazy? What is going on? And get off my ass, sir. Do not forget to like, comment, and share this video. You can also follow me on Instagram at J_Lees_Corner and all that good stuff. So, I saw just reactions and people's comments and concerns about the, 2-parter that came on yesterday. I was surprised so many people were saying, well, maybe it's not true. Everybody victimizing R. Kelly. He was also a victim too. The girls on the thing, also they met him at 17. The legal age is supposedly 6. I'm like, why is anybody up here making any excuses for this man? And my thing about this too is we have to separate the person from the artist, just like we have to separate Bill Cosby from Heathcliff, okay? It's two entities that are not, the same person. We know R. Kelly, the singer, was talented, and he made some great music, and we love the music because it was great, okay? But behind the scenes, in the meantime, in between time, R. Kelly, Robert, was doing some fugazi-ass shit, if you ask me. I am a fan of his music. Okay, I will admit that I am a fan of his music. It's hard when an R. Kelly song comes on, which rarely happens, honestly, now, to where I don't, bop my little head to it or whatever, sing along, because I remember the music was great. And I'm like, but I still don't support anything that he did in his personal life. And the crazy part about watching the 2-parter from yesterday is how many people knew. Okay, how many people? The tour manager said he falsified documents to make Aaliyah seem older to marry a grown man. Why is that? I'm like, of course that person should be brought up on some kind of charges. I don't know if the statute of limitations have passed or what, but I was like, that's not okay. Sorry, that is not okay. And it was just so much that it made you be like, it wasn't a secret. People saw shit. His little producer friend who said, I would be at the house or out at the studio, and I always saw young girls who looked like they were teenagers around. But no one said anything. No one said anything. No one did nothing. So it honestly pisses you off, because it's not like it was this deep, dark secret that nobody knew and he was hiding it. According to the people on here, he wasn't hiding shit, even according to the girls who was on the documentary. Okay, the one girl said she knew for a fact that he was having sex with an underage girl because they was having threesomes with her. Okay, and I'm like, well, so it was common knowledge. It was common knowledge, okay, around the thing or whatever. Even Sparkle, the singer. Now, on the documentary, she just said how she brought her 13-year-old niece around or whatever, and the girl was around and she didn't know it and stuff like that. People was commenting on my video saying how they think that Sparkle's niece is the same girl from the sex video he did when he peed on somebody. I didn't know that. Let me say that now. I don't know if that's her. I'm going to have to wait until the other two parts, with the rest of it come on, to see if they say anything else. But from the two parts I saw, she didn't say that was her niece. Okay. I don't know if that's her niece. I'm not trying to speculate, whatever. I don't know who it was. I have friends on Facebook, one of my really good friends. She had put up, we can't be victimized. R. Kelly, he was also a victim. And how old was Jay-Z when he was messing with Beyonce? I was like, what the fuck does Jay-Z have to do with R. Kelly? Okay, what is going on here? I'm like, let's not distract people from what we talking about. Okay, Jay-Z wasn't fucking Beyonce when she was 14. Okay, even if he met her at that age, they didn't start dating until she was 19 years old. Well, she was a legal ass adult at 19 years old. But again, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I know one don't have nothing to do with the other. And because R. Kelly has been known, okay? And the weird part about it is people are like, I need more proof. I'm like, you have girls saying I was messing with him. And I was 17 at the time, but he was also with other young girls. What else do you need? And it's crazy because it's like no one wants to just admit, well, not no one, a lot of people don't want to admit that R. Kelly is sick. Okay, he's a whole ass sick ass pervert. A whole sick ass pervert. Okay, even his brother that's in prison was like, he like young girls, you know what I'm saying? What's wrong? And that's his preference. People have preference. I was like, you a dirty ass man too. You a dirty ass man. Because why would you not know something wrong with that? Okay, how do you not know it's something? It was just crazy to see the comments, the reactions of people who like just wholeheartedly still feel like what R. Kelly did was like okay in some kind of way or not as bad in some kind of way, simply because we don't have no 14-year-old coming forward right now, or the girls who coming forward right now all say they was 17. If you a fuck a 17-year-old and you 30, you a fuck a 16-year-old. If you fuck, like that's still young as hell. It's just young. Point blank to the period. And the simple fact that the one girl he met who said she was 17 at the time told them we was having sex with a girl who come to find out was 14. Now again, they saying that was sparkle things. I don't know. I didn't get that. I'm not putting no words in nobody's mouth. That was the commenter saying that, not me. But it just makes you think back to then and be like, it was really some fuckery going around in the industry and no one cared. And I'm pretty sure it happens in different ways too. Not just, older men messing with younger women, but just abuse in different ways and different forms is what I mean. What y'all do? And even the whole thing with him and Aaliyah. Nobody can deny the fact that he was messing with Aaliyah. Everybody know that. Everybody was aware of that, what's going on. And that's even back in the day when we didn't really have him saying social media like that. We knew they was dating. And it didn't seem as weird at the time because, again, no one brought up the age. But she was 15 and he was 27. A full 12 years. Again, he married her. The dude said he falsified. It was like, we know, so you can't say, well, no one came forward. Well, God, but we know that it was definitely going on with Aaliyah. If that, all up and through the news. So it's like, people just need to not put their blinders on and act like, oh, it's not that bad. Let's not victimize him. He was also a victim of sexual abuse. Well, that's true, and that's also unfortunate. But at the end of the day, you can't let one person's bad life be the reason or an excuse for them to do fucked up shit to other people. At the end of the day. So do we feel bad that he couldn't read or write? Do we feel bad that he was also victimized? That's sad. Yes, it is. But he then went on to continually victimize other people. Continually. And let people say he's still doing it now. Messing with different people or whatever. So, the whole harem and stuff like that. And even his wife, his ex-wife, Andrea Kelly, coming forward. When she met him, she was 19. And it's like, because it's people who was like dissecting all kind of shit as if, one, they was there, or two, not only was they there, but I just know he didn't do it, and all we can go by is what we're being told by people who was there. Okay. And if the woman who he married and was married to and had his children and all that stuff until they eventually got divorced, And they got divorced after the sex trial. Okay, that's what caused all that to happen. And she said, I was victimized. He did do this. She has the same story as all the other women. Okay? So at the bare minimum, he's a goddamn abuser. Okay? Mentally and emotionally and physically. Okay? You can't be out here hog-tying people. Okay? That's not cool, bruh. That ain't cool at all, bruh. Like, at all. I don't care how good Step in the Name of Love is. I don't care how good any of your songs is. I don't care. Okay? 12 Play was a great album. I like TP2 as well. Consider, what I'm saying, was whatever. But, none of that should take away from the fact of he did some fucked up things to a lot of people. His wife and other women. And people knew. His brother even said after him and Andrea got married, she did change. She got much more quiet because that's kind of how he liked his girls. Sparkle saying, I was at the house and I heard somebody knocking, and it turned out to be his wife, Andrea, who came in asking, can she go get some food? Asking, can she getting permission to do the shit. Andrea herself said, I would have to do that. He would call me dumb. We had the one other girl who said he, slapped me because I looked at somebody else. So I'm like, why are we acting as if these women's stories aren't enough? And that's the point that they were trying to make. Sir, I need you to drive. That's the point people trying to make. How, things were going on and people kept ignoring it because of who he was. Okay, so we should not do that now. You can't be out here trying to minimize these women's stories. And that's the bad part. And that's mainly why when I did my review yesterday, I focused on their stories, what was being said, versus my full opinion. I gave my opinion on some things, now don't get me wrong. But, you know what I'm saying? I had to make sure that I did it the right way. You can't be out here reviewing certain stories in the wrong way. So I'm like, I have to focus on the facts of what's being said on this documentary. But, you got other people like, I don't think that really happened, and where's the fort? We can't be doing that, okay? We are victimized enough as black women by our own people. So let's not help it by, watching this documentary and then trying to find all the holes and why it's not true. And are they trying to bury R. Kelly? I don't think they're trying to bury him, but what's done in the dark comes to the light. You know what I'm saying? Even with having the, for instance, how he would go to the studio and all the girls was in different rooms or whatever, just sitting around in the dark. So all these years, these girls been sitting around in the dark. Okay, just waiting for their time to say something. And now they saying something, and you still get people like, I don't think it's true. Okay, why they didn't say nothing then? They just as guilty as R. Kelly is that she was fucking the other girl too. I'm like, oh, okay. So let's find any way to not make R. Kelly liable for what he did. Let's blame everybody else. Now, any adult that was around back then that saw him continually with little girls is definitely, wrong as hell. Abso-freaking-lutely, because you always hope that adults in a situation will be the saving grace to a child in need. So many people failed so many people. Okay, even the tour manager who said when he was there when Aaliyah and R. Kelly got married, he said Aaliyah looked scared, you know what I'm saying? Scared and afraid or whatever. He said how I wanted to talk to her, but I just didn't. So I failed her. You absolutely did. Mainly because you didn't call her fucking parents. Okay? And people were saying that the reason they falsified the documents for them to get married was because if he thought she was pregnant, the only way that he could help her get an abortion without her parents being there was if he was her husband. Because the tour manager said that, the whole thing was they thought Aaliyah was pregnant. So I'm assuming that's probably why her mama didn't want anything, being mentioned about her daughter. Because I didn't know that back in the day. I never heard that part of a nugget, you know what I'm saying? So I get it. It's some fuckery and some bullshit of it all. And, people just kind of want to, be left out of it. We even heard today, I was listening to Ebro and them, Ebro Hot 97, and they were saying how some stars had declined to be a part of the documentary for one reason or the other. They mentioned Jay-Z, they mentioned Mary J. Blige, they mentioned Questlove, because so many people was, praising John Legend last night for being on there. But I'm like, John Legend only spoke twice, he didn't even say much for one. But John Legend said how he he believes these women, and he do think R. Kelly is sick. He's a pedophile or whatever. He's been a child rapist all these years because he's been having sex with these young girls. So that's why he spoke out. They Questlove released a statement saying how yes, he was asked, and he didn't want to make it seem as if he didn't want to participate because he believed in R. Kelly. He said he didn't participate because he did not want to be a part of any part of the documentary where they may have asked him about his musical genius. He didn't want to be a part of the documentary where he was the person R. Kelly was, amazing as an artist. He is great musically or whatever. He said he didn't want to participate in that. Even though the person who did the documentary came back and said they weren't looking for him to do that. They were looking for people, black men of influence who it was around back then to just speak on whatever they may have knew or heard or what they feel about what we now, know a little bit more of. So, I feel like there's enough people on the documentary, just from the first two parts, who was around back then speaking their truth. The girl who was the backup singer or whatever, who said that they was all on a tour bus and they was, playing a prank on them or whatever, and they bust into R. Kelly's, the back bedroom on the tour bus, and they saw him having sex with Aaliyah. That shit was crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. And I'm like, again, that must have been what Aaliyah's mama was talking about, that she didn't want her daughter involved or even brought up in any kind of way. But I also feel like you can't talk about R. Kelly's pedophilia and not mention Aaliyah, only because she's the first proof, based on them getting married, of him dating young girls. Okay, but I also feel like the girl who said that happened, at the same time, you told the truth of Aaliyah that she's not here to confirm or deny. And I think that's the hard part that I'm sure her mom is having with that. You talking about my daughter, and my daughter ain't here to defend herself, and all I can say is that ain't true because we was always there. But at the same time, Mama Aaliyah, there were times you weren't because they got married. So it begs to it's not even like it's like people trusted him because he was an artist. He was helping develop other stars. Most of the girls who came forward on the documentary yesterday was saying how they were there with him because they wanted to be a star. They wanted to sing, and he was working with them on music or whatever. But he just took it a step further. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't his, really his agenda. His agenda was more, I'm going to get him. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be with them. And he used their naiveness because, again, they're kids. You know what I'm saying? He used that as a reason or as a way to have his way with them. So I don't blame Aaliyah's parents. I don't blame some of the parents. Some. Aaliyah's parents mainly because, you know what I'm saying, he had been working with her uncle, who I forgot. I kept saying the uncle was married to Anita Baker, but it was Gladys Knight. Barry Hankerson. R. Kelly had been around the family. So, you trust family. And it's just now becoming known that you can't trust family. That's who be molesting kids and fucking with kids. It's always the closest people to you. So that's now becoming more of a topic of conversation where it wasn't back in the day. So it's just a thing of they wasn't always around because they thought that she was in trusted hands, and she wasn't. And that ain't her mama and her daddy's fault, because we know that once they found out some stuff, once the marriage thing came out and all that shit, it got nipped in the bud quick. Okay, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And then you ain't see her and him together ever again. Ever again. So my thing is, her family did step in. So we can't act like her parents had left her to the wolves and, you know what I'm saying, he had this hold on her. Her parents stepped in, and then she was taken out of that situation. Okay? So we need to give them at least that, you know what I'm saying, bit of, not approval, but, you know, that bit of clout. I guess I can't think of a different word. But, you know, the first two parts was just, I'm just so surprised at so many people who still believe in R. Kelly. And not musically. I mean, of him being a pedophile, who want more proof, who need more, who, you know, don't think, you know, oh, I'm like, I can't believe that. And I'm like, I ain't going back and forth with nobody. There's nothing that no one can say that would make me believe R. Kelly ain't, you know, a pedophile. That R. Kelly don't like, that he didn't, even if now he like girls who are 19 and over, at one point in his life, he liked girls 17 and younger. Okay? So that's the part that I'm judging. And not even judging. I'm just saying it ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can be, don't judge. But if it was your kid, you would want that person to be judged. You would want people to think it's wrong. I had one person say, well, yeah, you know, he got found out guilty because that wasn't even the girl who they thought it was on that video. I said, even if it wasn't the girl they thought it was, it's still someone's child. Okay? That's the equivalent of saying, well, it wasn't my child, so I don't care. It don't matter if it was the child you thought it was, it's still someone's child. Okay? And we know, I saw the tape. Okay? That was a child. Girl could be like 14, 15. And R. Kelly was a whole as a dope. You know, it's just so much. It's team so much. But tonight, 2 more parts come on. And so I will have those reviews up for you guys. I'm almost at work now, so I hope everybody has a great Friday. I will talk to y'all later. I love you all dearly. My J-Birds. Okay, and peace.
It's like love, and music.